I'm Kelly. I'm in Maryland, and this is my NALT, Not All Like That Christians video. I am a born-again Christian of no particular denomination. I went to evangelical and Pentecostal churches growing up, so that gives you an idea of my religious background. And in this video, I want to stand up and identify myself as a Christian who does not believe that it's a sin to be gay. I'm hoping that this project, with all of these videos, can help to counter the voices of people like Pat Robertson and Tony Perkins, who say not only is it a sin to be gay, but being anti-gay is right at the top of the list of what Christianity is about. And I'm hoping that this can help to, in some small way, repair some of the damage that the church has done by rejecting gay people. My story, when I was in elementary school and on in through high school, I was picked on as a kid. I would say it's fair to define it as bullying because although it wasn't physical, there was a lot of constant torment and mockery, and it was kind of rough. And I'm not saying at all in any way that I would claim to know what it's like for all the kids who are bullied because of their sexual orientation. That's a whole different thing, and I wouldn't even claim to say that I know what that's like. But the reason I bring that up is that church was my safe haven. It was my refuge, my church, my youth group, in addition to my family. It was the place where I knew that I was loved and that I was accepted. And the thing that strikes me as so tragic about the way the church deals with gay people is that gay kids, they get bullied because of their orientation. Not only do they not have the safety net and the comfort zone that I had, but they have the church as the very source of condemnation and as part of what feeds that bullying and that hatred. And the thing that made it apparent to me that being gay isn't a sin, it wasn't so much a Bible verse or a complex theological argument. I will say, as far as the Bible goes, that you don't have to throw out believing in the Bible to accept gay people. Without getting into the nitty-gritty of what does this mean in context, are we talking about loving relationships, what does this word in Greek or that word that Paul made up mean, I will just say that there's a little handful of verses that deal with that issue, and having them be, it's wrong to be gay, is one interpretation. It's not crystal clear, written in stone. It's not at all as obvious as people seem to make it. If you're more interested in that, there's lots of other resources. What I want to focus on is the two things that really changed my beliefs and my understanding. The first was actually meeting and getting to know, either in real life or online, people who are gay and who weren't the stereotypes that the church had led me to believe. These are people, many of whom were Christians who took their faith as seriously or more seriously than I did. People who thought and prayed and studied, wrestled with the issue, wanted to figure out God's will for their lives. These were, good, sincere people, not people who had just chosen some sinful lifestyle because they felt like it. And the second thing, maybe the bigger thing, was seeing the harm that the church's rejection of gay people has caused. It's said that we're known by our fruits, by whether we produce good fruit or bad fruit. And if your theology is driving people to suicide, if it keeps somebody from seeing their loved ones in the hospital, if it gives bullies an excuse to torment a kid who's different, it's bad theology. There's something fundamentally flawed and wrong and broken and unloving there. So that was what fundamentally reshaped my understanding of gay people, of Christianity, and gave me the understanding that those two things don't conflict. God makes some people gay. He makes some people straight. He makes some people trans. He makes some people bi. It's part of the great diversity of his creation. And I want to say that I'm sorry that it took me so very long to get it. And I'm sorry that it's taking the church as a whole so long to get it. But I hope that we're moving forward, and I hope that we're repairing slowly some of the damage that has been done. God bless.